Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of The Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connor's Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in The Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine.
Shalom, shalom, Yahshua. I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakadash, which is the Pele Huber tongues, creating names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister, brothers, labors true, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Now, as you just seen from that clip, that was Sophia Stewart. She's a screenwriter. She writes movies. And she was given a description of 2 movies that she wrote, but she's just not getting credit for it. 2 big-time blockbuster, very spiritual movies, man. 2 of my favorites. The Terminator, like the 1 and 2, and the Matrix movies, the first 3. And what I'm going to cover right now, which is the Matrix movies, because those are like my favorite action movies of all time, all 3 of them, and I always loved them. And as I come into this truth, I'm starting to see why I love those movies so much. And like the truth is coming out. She got her money for the Matrix movies, but she didn't get her money for Terminator. She had to take them Edomites to court. They stole a script in the 80s. They made big time blockbuster movies, and she's just not coming through with her story, and she's revealing, what inspired her to write those things. And how she came up with it. And really it's the word. She read the word, the scriptures, put it into, character format, and man, it's very prophetic. Because those movies that she did, you would think they like science fiction, sci-fi, but really they were telling the future. Because it was prophecy in those movies. And as we talk, and I do this lesson, you're gonna see that, because what we're going through now is what's in those movies. That's why I recommend every Israelite to go watch the Matrix series. The first 3 movies. They did another one, the new one, or 4th one, but that was garbage. That was written by Esau. That's why it wasn't that good. But watch the first 3. The Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, and Matrix Revolutions. Go watch those. Like, if you haven't seen them, you need to see them. I mean, it's oozing with all kind of prophecy. It's oozing all kind of spiritual aspects. I mean, you're just gonna see it in there all throughout the movie. And so as I do this lesson, I'm gonna pretty much do an overview of those movies and how we're dealing with that same situation to this day. We're living in a matrix, an actual matrix, and only the ones that were gifted with wisdom, they had blessed eyes, can see it, to even know that something's wrong and we're not living the way we're supposed to be living, and trying to correct the situation. Because you got to know and see that you're living within a system that's against you. Every Israelite man and woman, this system is against you. And like part of the process of healing yourself is realizing that, knowing that. That's start of the battle. You got to know you're in the system. And the 2/3 don't know that. That's why the Matrix works so good. And see, just like in the movie The Matrix, what the machines were doing, they were using humans as batteries, as a source to power up, their other machines. If you really think about Esau, they operate the same way. Esau can't survive without the resources and the wisdom of Jake. He can't do it. That's what saying. You seen that? They're like vampires. And you seen that in the Blade movies, Wesley Snipes. Watch those movies as well. I love those movies. Very spiritual, very eye-opening. And that's why they got rid of dude, because they seen what I seen, and that hurt their feelings. Because they had to suck, like I said in the movie, The Blade, they had to suck the resource, the life source of Jake to survive. Same thing in The Matrix. They like, the robots are like vampires. They suck the bioelectric, because our heart, our nerves, it stimulates an electrical pulse. We have electricity in us. And the machines were using it to power up their system, basically using us like a battery. And it tells you that in the movie. And it's so significant, man. So spiritual. So before we kick it off, let me get a quick precept before we get to really talking about this matrix we living in. And it's really going to become a reality when Esau brings forth that device, Revelation, chapter 13, that transhumanism. Then you're going to really know it. And see, the 2/3 going to see it. And I take that back. They still not going to see it. They're going to take that and try to live their wicked little life. So let's go to Matthew, because they're not going to see it. 2/3 ain't going to know what's up until they see the missiles in the earth. And then it's too late. So let's go to Matthew 13 and 15. Check this out. And it's talking about 2/3. And then it's talking about the hopeful elect in these two verses. So it's Matthew chapter 13 and 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. Lest any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. I heard you have a shot right there talking, that he will heal them. But first you got to see and you got to hear. So there goes 16. This is us right here. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. So all of us brothers and sisters that's in this truth, we can see the matrix that the wicked one, Esau Edom, has created. And we understand we're in captivity. We understand that we're in the system. We understand we're being used, abused, and all of those sorts of nature. We understand that. The devil has systems in place. The educational system is against us. The prison system is against us. The justice system is against us. All the systems of the devil, the economic system is against us. Everything is against the Israelite man and woman. And the system is made for you to lose. I don't give a damn if you get a big bag of $1 million. You got to sell out to the devil. Because now I know what it means to sell your soul to the devil. That means sign a contract to Esau to do what he say do and carry his agenda, so that he can, keep the other souls of Israelites entrapped. So no Israelite is free at this time. We are all in a matrix. We're all being controlled to a degree by the wicked one, man, which is Esau Edom, which is the devil in the flesh. It's his system. It's his time to rule. And it's like he started out, little bitty. Now he has a big time system built up, and we're in captivity in it. And when you look and your eyes are open and you look at your people, you can see that it's a matrix of your mind. Your mind is locked in the system. And see, to wake up from the system, you need the truth. And what's the truth? These scriptures, man. Once these scriptures open your eyes up, like when you realize that you're not black or African American, that you're a Hebrew Israelite, you have unplugged from the matrix. And then, like, me and my Akadar Sahan, this is who inspired this lesson. He sent that clip, and me and him got to talking. And we talked about the matrix for a minute, man. And very spiritual talk. And like something he said was really profound. Like in the movie The Matrix, the woman that came and led him to Trinity, which represents, Yahweh Shah and Ruach HaKodesh, Trinity, it was a woman in there named Trinity. And she, Morpheus, which represents the prophet, Lauren Fishburne, he told Neo, which played by Keanu Reeves, Neo, who represents Yahweh Shah, to follow the white rabbit. And a woman with a tattoo had a white rabbit that led him to Trinity, which represents wisdom. And like Ak said, Kadar, my Ak, he said, when you go down this rabbit hole, man, that's your start the journey to waking up. And that's the thing that Morpheus said to Neo. He gave him a choice, because we got choices. Even though the Most High chooses which choice we make, it's already predetermined. If you're a hopeful elect, you're going to choose. That's where that whole red pill, blue pill thing came from. This like, whoa, that movie's so iconic. It started a whole movement called Red Pill. Because Morpheus gave Neo a choice that we are all faced with. And Yahweh already know what choice we're going to make. Because the hopeful elect, he had two choices. He said you can take this red pill, and I can show you how deep the rabbit holes go, which the red pill represented truth. Or you take this blue pill, you go to sleep and you can stay back, go back to living your mundane life, trapped in the system, thinking, just going through your everyday life. And Neo, which represented Yahweh Shah, just like us, he showed us the journey that we walking through. We all chose the red pill. I want to know the truth because it was in his mind that we was in a system. He knew it. He considered we in a system, and he wanted to know who runs the system. He wanted to know how big the system is, and he wanted to know the truth, and he wanted to wake up. Let's say in the movie The Matrix, the machine has put everybody in a virtual reality and got them asleep. That's why I like that scripture we just read so profound. Because the 2/3 their eyes are closed. They're asleep. They're asleep. And you're reliving in a false reality. Because we're living in a reality where Esau has told a bunch of lies, which has the people in darkness, and the people don't know the truth. But us in this truth, which like in that movie The Matrix, the ones that know the truth, you know, they know what's going on. They're not plugged. The first thing you did was pull that plug out the back of your head. They're not plugged into the Matrix anymore. And the Matrix hates the ones that's woke because it can't use them and profit off, you know, their body source, you know, your soul, really. The devil mad about that. And then look how spiritual this is, Yashrala. In the movie, the ones that were unjacked at the Matrix that were free, they were in a civilization underground called what? Zion. Woo! When I seen that, I said, whoa. And see, I seen the movies back in the late 90s when it came out, and I loved it and didn't know the spiritual significance of it yet, but I knew I loved it though. I loved every bit of it. And I was like, and now that I see it, now that I'm in the truth, and I can see the spiritual significance, man, I done watched the movie so many times, and it's so huge to me. I'm like, wow. Wow, Yahushua really want to wake Jake up. That place was called Zion. It was the last part where the humans who wasn't in the Matrix was living. And what did the machines seek to do to Zion? Destroy that sucker, man. Because they don't want people to know that there's another way of life without being jacked into their Matrix. And then you know this is coming into reality. Facebook has turned into Meta. And everything called Metaverse, where they put the little goggles on your face, virtual reality. And a lot of people going to be living in the Metaverse. And that's what Esau really wants. He wants you in a pod with plugs all in you. You in a virtual reality, he just draining your body and your blood, your bioelectricity, just draining you of your resources. Because that's what Esau does. Esau sees something and he drains it of resources for his own greed. That's how Esau get down. That's how Esau live, you know? So that's so big, man. That's what I said. You got to watch it. And in the movie, Neo, like I said, he represents Yahushua, also us. We're walking in the same path as Yahushua. And then he had a woman that he met and fell in love with. Her name was Trinity. She represented wisdom. And she led him to who? She led him to Morpheus, played by Lauren Fishburne, who represented what? The prophet. Because Lauren Fishburne showed Neo the truth. He opened them up, showed him how to fight, showed him what the Matrix was, showed him who the enemies was. He taught him that same way with us. We woke up to this truth. We found who? The prophets. And the prophets showed us how to correctly break down the Bible. So now we know how to spiritually fight this devil. We're getting built up. And that's what he had to do. When he first came and woke up, when Neo first woke up, you know, I remember they had a little jump. And it's all like, you know, the thing was, and it's like, it's so big, the whole movie's based on faith. Because the first movie, his whole journey was trying to develop his powers. Because he was called the One. And he was the one that's going to free everybody out the system. But he didn't know that yet. His faith wasn't built up yet. Like, he knew it, but the whole movie was a build-up of building up his faith. Because Morpheus trying to teach him is all about, do you believe? You know, this world is built by boundaries, but you have no boundaries. What I need you to do is I need you to believe that you have no boundaries. He had to believe he was the one. And that was so huge, man. So in the movie, I remember the first jump, because they was all trying to figure out if he the one or not. You know, Morpheus believed that because he had faith in Neo. Everybody else was kind of like speculating. And, you know, in Trinity, she believed it too. Because it's a person that represents wisdom too in the movie called the Oracle. And she was like a prophecy. She was full of prophecy. She would tell them the prophecies, what's going to happen. She the one told Morpheus where to find Neo. You know? And she's called the Oracle. You already know the Oracle, man. You know, future teller. You know, somebody can see the future. And she told, you know, she was trying to wake him up. She was telling him who he was. And she said it, woo. Hey, you gotta watch that movie, Yashara. The way she said it to him, like when you watching it at first, when you watch it, it was like she said it kind of like how Shah talked to us. It was like open in a parable. And he didn't get it to about the end of the movie. She was talking to him, it's kind of like it was going over his head at first. He wasn't quite understanding it. But at the end of the movie, he understood. It opened up to him, and that's when his faith kicked in. And when his faith kicked in, his spiritual power unlocked, and they couldn't do nothing with him after that. You know, he became that God in the system. And the whole thing, the machines, man, you had agents, which we have that in real life. They had these super abilities, like the feds, man. I like how they dressed them like the feds, the CIA, and they were all about, they were the gatekeepers. They were to keep you asleep, make sure you don't wake up, and they'll try to delete you so you don't wake nobody else up. And they was whooping the people that was woke. And Morpheus was trying to tell Neo, like, we need you to believe in yourself, because once you do, these agents can't do nothing with you. You can do whatever it is you want to do. And like the whole movie was built on, like, it was built around faith. Like I said, Neo had to believe he was the one. And it was like a hard struggle throughout the whole movie because doubt kicked in. Like when he's getting ready to do that jump, because in the movie they do a jump when you watch it. And Neo watches Morpheus do a jump. And see, his faith had been built up. So Morpheus did jump, man, jumped up like Superman to a whole nother building. He told Neo to jump. And everybody's trying to see if he's going to make it the first time because your faith got to be built up to know that you can make the jump. And so he looked down, doubt crept into his head, he jumped and he fell. So at that point, everybody like, man, I don't know if this the dude or not, you know? And they was like, man, everybody falls their first time. So that goes scriptural too, man. A righteous man falls 7 times, but hey, he gets back up. So just because you stumble in this truth, man, don't let that knock you off. Just think about endurance. It's about faith. You know, in the movie, he didn't let that mess him up, you know? And he kept going throughout the whole movie. It was like a struggle, you know? And at first it was about awakening. And then the second and third one, it's like he knew who he was. So the second and third one, you'll see him with his whole spectrum of abilities, you know, which is just, woo, I'm telling you, that movie's so good. So good, man. And in the third one, you know he Yahushua, because in the third one, he had to sacrifice himself. And when he sacrificed himself, he gave everybody else in the system the ability to have the powers that he got. He freed everybody. And it's the same what Yahushua did when he sacrificed himself so we can be freed from sin, so that we can make it. And all of that is in that movie. Big time, man. Big time. So I'm going to go get this. Because I'm going to go get this right here. Because the first thing you got to do to wake up from the Matrix that he did, first thing you got to do, that even started there, was you got to consider, man. I know that the 2/3, they don't consider. They don't consider at all. Like I've been told, they just, whatever society says, they go with it. And what does society, who is society ruled by? You know, society is ruled by Esau. That's why the world's covered in wickedness. I used to ponder that as a young child. Like, why is the world such a horrible place? And see, that's a sign of life. First thing you got to ask yourself. So check it out. This is Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider. 2/3 don't consider. The hopeful elect consider things. We ask the why. Why is this world wicked? Why is my people all materialistic and all messed up? Why are my people always getting dominated by this other race of people? Why? Why did we go into slavery? You got to ask those questions, because when you ask that why, what it does is it starts to the journey. It starts the journey up, because then you're going to go into seek mode. Say, seek and ye shall find, you know, loosely paraphrasing. So when you go into seek mode, what are you going to do? You're going to start looking for knowledge. You're going to start looking for the truth. Now, who you're looking for, you don't know it at first, but who you're looking for is Yahushua. Because once you find Yahushua, then you're going to know the truth, because Yahushua is the truth. He's the word, these scriptures. You're going to be searching for your identity when you start to consider. You like, because I asked one profound question when I was younger. What were my people doing before we went into slavery? Because Esau don't tell you that. Esau tell you your roots started slavery. You was a slave to me. I've been beating you down, and the best you can do is worship me, and I'll give you some money, and I'll let you live. Like, 'cause Esau thinks that he's God. He wants to be worshipped as God. And the 2/3 do worship Esau. You know, little do they know they got Stockholm syndrome. They do. That's why they'll, kill another Jake all easily. That's why women hate the Israelite women, hate the Israelite man. It's the curses. Esau put the curses on us. That's how them curses came into a reality. Yahushua promised curses would be put on us for not following the laws and commandments, and I see how those curses became a reality. He used another race of people, the Edomites, to put them on us, and now we're living up under them curses. And to get up out of them curses, the first thing you got to realize is that you got to know who your enemy is, man. 2/3 don't know that Esau's their enemy. Therefore, they're in the matrix to him. That's why you got all them in this nigga mentality, this ratchet mentality, using their sellout celebrities to perpetuate a lifestyle that Jake is stuck in, that he can't wake up from. Because to wake up from it, man, you got to have higher faculties. This is why we can't look at this thing as light, that we can see this truth. That's a gift. The majority of our people don't have that. They're just subject to follow the guidelines, whatever Esau proposes. Us, we're able to stop, look at the situation, and be a resistance. Like, nah, I ain't about to do that. I'm about to, live another way of life. And then once you get in the journey, you're going to realize, hold up, man, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. That's the unplugging out the matrix. That's you pulling that plug out the back of your head. Like, hold up. Then once you do that, you're going to seek your customs, your culture. How am I supposed to live? What am I supposed to do? Why am I here? Then once you get your scripture, you're going to realize that your whole, our culture is in the book. You go to, like Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. All of that is just the foundation. Let me see. Let me go to, just to give an example. Here go Leviticus 18:4. Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinance, to walk therein. I am the Lord your Yahweh. You hear that? So then you realize we supposed to walk at the laws and commandments, man. And then you hear all this, thou shalt not. He's telling us what to do. This is our culture. This is our culture. This is our way of life. So once you get into that, you're going to be looking like, okay, this is my order right here. You're going to seek to walk after this, the way the Lord commanded us to. And then when you do that, it's contrary to what Esau pushes. So he going to have a big issue with that. So then he going to put his agents on you. He going to put the 2/3 on you. Because like in the movie, The Matrix tells you, anybody that's not unplugged out the system has the opportunity to be an agent. And they're going to like tell you things like, oh, you crazy, you tripping. And they're going to try to get you to go back with the, the Matrix. The ordinance of society, which is Esau's ordinance. They're going to try to convince you to fall back asleep, get plugged back in the Matrix. And there was a character in there. There was a Judas in there. His name was Cypher. And that's what he sought to do. He got free, then he didn't like it no more. He's one of them dudes that got like choked out. Like he got in the truth, and then he got disenchanted with the truth because they was poor. He was in like little rags of clothes, eating goop every day, and he sought to be back in the Matrix. He lived better in the Matrix. Same thing like what we dealing with today. Same thing with Moses leading the Egyptians, not the Egyptians, Salakia, when Moses leading our people, the Israelites, up out of Egypt. They was murmuring. It was better in Egypt, man. Oh, I'm tired of walking, all that, man. Same thing. These 2/3, they like what Esau provides. The truth is like I said, it's sweet in your mouth and then it's bitter, man. The truth, man, you're gonna be at a lower state. Because Esau's not gonna elevate you living a righteous life. Because that's contrary to what he promotes. He promotes wickedness. You want to live righteous, he going to say, man, you live off rags. You live off peanuts, man. You be poor. And a 2/3 Jake that's materialistic and carnal can't live like that. He got to ball out. So to ball out, he got to do all kinds of momo activity and be deprived and do abominable acts. He got to go contrary to the way we supposed to live, the laws and commandments, the culture. He got to go contrary to that. But see us, because they ain't got a love for the Lord. The whole fillet, we got a love for the Lord, and we want to be free. We seek to be free. Neo wanted to be out of the Matrix, same way we want to be out this wicked kingdom. And we're going to follow the Lord. We don't care if we're in a lower state. Because we know at the end, when we get freedom, then we going to ball out way bigger than what Esau could have ever gave us. Because all Esau give you is crumbs. And see, the whole elect, we have a royal mentality. We don't want the crumbs. We want the whole pie. To get the whole pie, Esau, your whole system got to collapse. We want the matrix to be destroyed. That's our mindset. And so we're going to seek our power, do what we need to do, walk in that path, especially for us men, that we can get our spiritual power and then, you know, do what Neo did in the Matrix, man. Start turning that sucker up. You know, bring it down to the ground. Destroy it. So let's go get this right here. Because you got to know you're in the Matrix, man. It's going to be solidified, like I said, when that MOTB roll out. Because like Esau's doing everything you see in the movies, Terminator, Matrix, they're doing that. They're trying to merge man with machine. And they've already given their power over to AI. AI right now is running Esau. Esau know he lost. That's why he birthed AI, the machines, because it's now man versus machine. And he's rolling with what the machines say do. The AI. And the AI, you know what I know, the physical can't beat the spiritual. So that's not going to win for Esau either, but that's where he's putting his trust at. He think AI is so advanced. AI is just so godlike in his eyes, and he think he can use that to beat the children of Israel, but it's not going to work. So this Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? So you hear that? In Job, Yahweh let us know that the world's going to be covered in wickedness. And then he asked the question, like, who is he? And we can answer that now. That's grace and mercy right there. We've been blessed. Who is that? Is Esau. He covered the faces of the judge. He covered Yahushua's image and made him white when he was a brown man. So therefore, that's the wicked. Now you can identify who the wicked people are. They're the red, pale-skinned people. They works show who they are. They kill, steal, and destroy everywhere they go. And they are the devil in the flesh. And they have created a system, a beast system, which, you know, we're subject to, which now they're going to step it up. They're going to make it to where I'm going to put something, implant something in your body, my device, which I'm going to use to track and monitor you and make sure, you know, you stay under subjection to me. Because if you take that, that's you worshiping the beast. Which, let's go get that. That is you worshiping the beast if you take that. Let's go to Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. See that? That shows you. So Esau's trying to do that, man. And when your worship is complete is when you take that device. And see, a lot of people, the 2/3 don't even know that it's coming. They're going to take it. They're like, as long as I can get my little credits, as long as I keep living my life, give it to me. And then I know when you take that mark, and that's them being in the darkness, being locked in the matrix, that, hey, when Yahushua shows up, and he got his 144,000, got the chariots, hey, he going to light them up, man, with that fire and brimstone. They're going to get burnt up. You know? Hot thermonuclear fire, them chariots going to burn them up, man. If they make it past, you know, the 144,000. So that's Esau's next move. That's his big step, is to, you know, make you complete in the matrix. Right now, everybody got a chance to wake up. Once that beast system hit and he starts putting that implant in people, if, you know, you don't resist that, man, you finished, man. You are finished. That's why you got to wake up now, know what's going on, and get ready to resist. Have your faith in Yahweh Shah, that he will keep you from the hour of temptation, which is going to come upon the whole world. You know, loosely paraphrasing. And a big point to sidestep that is by being what? Woke to what the Matrix is. Woke to who runs the Matrix. And like in the movie The Matrix, when he went to go meet energy that showed it set it up. It's called the architect. It was an Edomite, old Edomite in the suit, and they put him in a white suit trying to represent pureness, but he should have been in a red suit. But he met the architect, and the architect was talking that prosperous, that stuff like, we gonna win, I always win. What you doing, trying to put doubt in Neo's head, which is what the devil always tries to do. That demonic spirits. You always got to fight that doubt. And that's what Esau's about to do. So when you watch that movie, you'll see that type of thing, man. You're gonna see the architect, him talking to Neo, telling him you can't win. We always gonna win. That's what Esau wants you to believe. And the 2/3 believe that. I'd have had a lot of 2/3 tell me you can't beat the system. Go ahead and comply. I remember one chick I was dating at the time, she told me, like, you know what your problem is? You don't conform to the system. She said that to me just like that. And that's when I left her butt. Like, heck nah, heifer. I wasn't even the truth at this time. I just knew, like, I'm not gonna conform to the system. Heifer, I resisted. That was like my whole being in my existence. I've always been like that. I've always known something was off, but I've never been like a follower to follow what everybody else is doing. What everybody else is doing, let me do it too. I've never been like that. I've never followed the crowd. And all you hopefully like brothers and sisters watching this now, you've been the same way too. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. You knew something was wrong. Because you still following the crowd, you still be following them. And they're going to follow all the way till they get that device we just read about until it leads to their death. Why? Because they blind. They can't see. We can see. And see, it's a thing now, man. The whole thing he had to hang on to, Neo, in that movie was hope. I know that the second, third movie is all about hope. But you have to have faith. You got to believe in something to have hope. And see, Yahushua is that light at the end of the tunnel. We see that great light. It's Yahushua. I noticed, like, when Neo woke up and got his powers, it lit that whole civilization of Zion. Everybody underground. Everybody's like, we got hope now. The one is here. We can beat them. And they was rallying all behind Neo, because he woke up and had his abilities, man. And it's the same way with us and Yahushua. Yahushua came here in the flesh, did the work, sacrificed himself. Because you watch the third movie, we in that territory now. We in the point where we about to, the second coming, we going to wake up. So we got hope because of what Yahushua did, that sacrifice he made. So now that little glimmer of hope, that little light, that's all we need. That little glimmer of light we're looking at, and we waiting on for it to explode into that fire. We waiting on Yahushua to turn us up, light us up. We waiting to get our abilities. Because you watch the movie The Matrix, Neo, when he sacrificed himself, everybody gonna get abilities like that. And when they all light up, it's a wrap. The machine is gonna be done. That's why the whole thing is about trying to take away your faith, make it where you don't believe. You don't know who you are. Just stay sleepwalking, take what I give you and leave it at that. And let me take advantage of you. That's how Esau looks at it. So when you wake up, hey, you declare war against this devil because you're an issue. You're a problem because he doesn't know if you're going to light up and get that spiritual power. Because once you get to that point, he can't stop you. And at the point now, we still in this lower state, he has a chance to try to knock us out the truth. That's his whole job. So let me get this. Let's go to 1 Peter. Because he needs us all to stay asleep for his system to work. With people waking up, and he shows heck don't want more, multiple people to wake up with spiritual power. That's the end of his system. It's the end of him. So yeah, this 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. You hear that? Into the marvelous light, man. And who is that light? That light is Yahushua. See, this is a chosen generation. We've been chosen to wake up. Just like Neo was chosen. Morpheus went and sought him out and woke him up. Because he like, man, you my savior. I was told that you would save me and my people. So I need you to believe that you are that one. And that's the end of the movie. Like the third one tried to put out, like, you the one now. I gave you the power to be that one. You know, especially for us men in this truth. We have the ability to be 144,000. And Yahushua said that we would do the same miracles he did and even greater. You gotta let that resonate on you, Yasharala. Did you hear that? Especially for us men. Because he's calling us first and foremost. Because we're the ones that's gonna set the tempo. The women and the children gonna benefit off of based on what we do. Because the man is the head. That's why in the movie, Neo was not a woman. I like how they put it, Neo was a man. And we have to, you know, come into the fullness of who we are and wake up so we can dominate. And see, Trinity, man, she represented wisdom so good because she was a helping hand to Neo. His woman in that movie, named Trinity, she helped him be what he was supposed to be, which is what Eve's supposed to do, but we ain't got women like that. Majority of women are not like that. But if a woman is righteous, if she's a spiritual woman, she will be that. She will help you be what you're supposed to be. She will help, you know, get the fullness of your, she'll build your faith. She'll solidify it, you know? And that's really, when I watched the movie, that's what woke him up. That's who woke him up. When I watched it, when you watched the end of the first one, you know, it showed rebirth. He thought he was done. And she whispered something in his ear. And when she whispered that in his ear, Yasharala, he believed it. And that's when he woke up to fullness of his power, man. Wisdom whispering in his ear like, let me tell you something. And woo, it was big. I ain't gonna tell you what she said. You gotta watch the movie for yourself, Yasharala, if you haven't already. But she whispered something in his ear, and it took him the whole movie. You know, that's when everything hit him. Everything that the women told him at that time. The oracle, and then when the woman that he loved told him something in his ear, you know, when he thought he was done, that lit it up. It brought everything full circle. And then after that, his spiritual power woke up. And then they was all like, oh, shoot. Look what we done did. And so then the machines had issues. He was running through them. You know, first, second movie. Like, he made the machines have to switch their tactics up. They had to switch it up. Like, oh, man. God, here it go again. Like, they even had a virus in the system to try to take him out. And it was making copies of itself. It was like the opposite of him. Like I said, you see the dualism in the movie. Like everything that Neo represented, Agent Smith was the opposite of it. And they was banging in the movie. And, you know, something he had to do, he realized what he had to do in order to really, you know, blow the system up, disrupt the system. And I ain't even gonna let you know on that. You gotta go watch the movie. Watch all three of them. And then you'll realize, like, wow, like, woo, them movies, I mean, I'm gonna watch them again. If you got HBO Max, they're on HBO Max. I got them on DVD. And I'm gonna watch those again. I'm gonna binge watch them because I love those movies, man. Big time. So I'm gonna leave off with this right here. And I said, this is about to happen, man. Did you see that movie is about to happen in real life? And Esau knows it. That's why he's scared. That's why he's bringing this stuff into play, because he's trying to stop the hopeful elect from waking up like Yahweh Shah, you know, waking up to who our power is. Yahweh Shah said, I gave it to you. That's what Yahweh Shah is trying to make us believe. He's trying to relay to us, like, I already gave you the power when I sacrificed myself. I gave you the power. I gave it to you. Now, what I need you to do is believe that you got the power. So we walking through, like when you watch that movie Neo, we're going through that same situation, man, because we've been in a system that's done beat us down, lied to us, and I'm not going to even sit here and tell you that it's easy, because I'm still walking the journey myself, Yasharala. Like, we have to believe we already have this power, and we got to have the faith, and we got to wake up, and which we will, Lord willing, we're part of the whole elect in due time. But we got to keep that faith going, man, because it's a battle. That first movie, that was all about a battle, man, about faith. Because he had all them doubts in him. I remember Morpheus was like, man, I need you to believe. When you believe, man, ain't nothing going to be an issue for you. So he always kept talking to him. The prophet kept talking to him, building him up, taking him to the oracle, taking him to wisdom, feeding him with wisdom. Like, I need you to believe. Once you believe, then you be able to do this. And it's like he took steps, man. I noticed he was getting better and better. He got to the point where I remember Morpheus was like, yes, he's starting to believe, because they used to always run from the agents. They would always run it because the agent's so powerful. And at one point, he stopped and he turned around and said, "No, I'm about to fight the agent." And everybody's like, nah. But Morpheus was like, yeah, he's starting to believe. And he fought. He didn't even win that fight. He fought. He did a good fight. It was a good fight sequence. He lost the fight, and he had to run some more. Well, I think more agents showed up. So he had to run again. And he got to a point, man, where it finally hit him. It finally, it hit him all the way. It was like a rebirth. When he finally believed that he was that one. And that was the whole point. And that's the whole point y'all was trying to tell us. Like, you that one. I chose you for a reason. I'm trying to wake you up into the power of who you are. Do you know who you are? Do you know why you're here? Do you know why I chose you? I need you to be that, because we got work to do. So check it out. I'm going to leave right here with John 8:12. Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Did you hear that, man? So that I told you that light represents Yahushua, and we got that light. We got it. We see it. That's our hope. That's our endurance. That's why I'm able to endure, all the stuff I'm going through, this wicked place, all the stuff that be happening to me. We got to keep that faith, because we got the light, man. The light is Yahushua, man. He already laid the groundwork for us. All we got to do is believe and keep the faith. Because you walk, like you said, you follow me, you ain't going to walk in darkness. And then we not. And I know this, man. I'm looking at when I first started this truth to where I'm at now, man, major growth. Major growth. I'm so far from when I first started this. And I'm so far from when I was like lost in the world looking for the truth. Woo, I'm way far from that. Way far from that. So, hey, we got to call Halal Yahabashah Shah for blessing us this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and this truth. And to know what's going on. And we need to pray for endurance, that we make it through these troubling times coming ahead. Because now he's about to do a thing called Jacob's Trouble, where he's going to try to shake, he's going to try to shake your faith out, shake you out. I'm about to put you in some trouble. Now we're going to see how you do. And we got to make it through that, Yasharallah. So I just want to put a quick little, view on this Matrix we in, the movies, and how I knew, man, I figured that Jake had to write that, because Esau's not spiritual. I think a lot of the great movies that go out and they're spiritual that I'm seeing, Jake wrote those. Esau just stole the script, because they in power and take the credit, because that's what the devils always do. They did with our adventures, everything. Devil still, he's the thief. Esau's a thief, man. He steals everything. So go watch those movies. They're on HBO Max. If you got that, you probably go to like a little bargain store, because they're old. Walmart got them. You get the whole pack for like $20, all three of them. Because I know I did. I think I got it for like $10. And watch those, man. Hey, watch it, because you're going to look at it, especially with the spiritual eyes now. You're going to see it. You're just going to see, you're going to see names like Zion. You're going to see all kind of things that's going to show spiritual significance. You're going to hear things, and it's just, man, it's big. Oh, the ship they rode is called Nebuchadnezzar. That was a Babylonian king. I'm like, wow, you're going to see all kind of scriptural names in that movie when you watch it. Because it's symbolic of what we're going through now. The devil trying to keep us in the matrix. We're breaking out. We unplugging. And we ain't going back. We're looking to destroy the matrix. That's what we're going to do. So with that, hey, Lord willing that we do. Lord willing we make it. I want to say Kwam Yasharallah. Detailed by Bob. Shalom.